Alright, so we're live. Welcome back to Call Mom, everybody. Episode, I think, 4?
Something like that. I don't know.
Episode 4?
Shut the fuck up.
Sean's not here. He's busy with actual real life things. Imagine having those.
What a loser.
We've got Ben.
Hello.
Basil.
Hi.
And Tom.
Hello.
And nothing to talk about.
My crippling.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll stop.
Oh,
my God.
Jesus.
How about amazing audio quality? We can talk about that, huh?
Yeah, how about the fact that we're in stereo, bitches?
We did it.
We have 2 microphones.
We can retire happily now, guys.
Yeah.
Start a band.
Finally leveled up.
I'm actually really happy about this.
It sounds beautiful, I'm going to be honest with you guys.
Okay, so just want to open this up by informing you all that yesterday an American citizen died in Wuhan of Wuhan virus.
Oh my god, America's going to declare war on the Wuhan virus.
It's World War III, folks.
Oh
World's
my
gonna
god.
end.
The second World War III of the year.
Don't they call it World War Z?
Oh.
Shit.
That's
Or
copyrighted.
W because
No,
it's
I know it's
Wuhan.
copyrighted. America can't do that.
It's World War W. So it's,
WWW?
It's W cubed, dude.
It's the W3.
World War
Oh my
Wuhan?
god.
Yeah, it is W3 in the end, huh?
World War Wuhan.
We live in the most fun time.
My favorite Call of Duty map. Oh my god.
Dude, either in 50 years, we're either gonna look back and be like, dude, I don't know why we were so worried, or
We won't be
dude,
able to
why
look.
the fuck were we not worried enough?
Or
we
you
won't
we
remember
won't
it.
be able to look back because we're all dead.
Oh.
Or
Okay,
we
right,
won't
right,
remember
right.
because it will have been like the tiniest thing.
Well, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure for us looking back on the Cuban Missile Crisis, I don't think you see it as that big of a deal, right?
Yes. Pretty sure that's like.
Okay,
the
but, like, I
turning
wasn't
point of
alive
the
during
whole
the-
Yeah,
Cuban
no.
Missile
See,
Crisis?
that's what I mean. Like,
So, like-
because we weren't alive during it, like the impact that it has on us is pretty minimal.
Sure.
Sure.
Sure. I'd like to mention it is a real concern, but however, I don't know the certainty of this, but this was brought up a while ago that the coronavirus is susceptible to alcohol and hot temperatures.
Oh
my god, here we go. So, I offer this tidbit, this challenge, if you will. Corona for Corona. If you get the coronavirus, you should probably just try to drink yourself to death. Because if you don't die from the coronavirus, you can at least try your best to not die by killing it with alcohol.
Okay, to be fair though, if you're like a healthy age adult,
You won't.
Probably
you
not.
have a very low chance of dying.
I mean, that's assuming you have food and doctors.
That's true.
Something
that's
that
very true.
Wuhan does not,
Not anymore. They like cut everything from the city.
Yeah.
including coronas.
Uh,
I mean, help a brother send a corona.
Dude, we airdrop Corona into Wuhan.
Oh, that'd be a great marketing scheme for like Corona to do. Like,
I don't
for
think it
every
would be.
Corona you
Yeah,
buy,
I
we'll send
mean,
medical supplies
yeah,
to Wuhan.
I don't think Corona wants to
China's-
associate themselves with. the
Absolutely
coronavirus.
not. I know.
China
but
has refused all medical help from internationals, so
That's because they're gonna see some shady stuff going on.
yeah. It's, we're an upstanding regime with good health practices.
I think if you
folks.
call yourself
Like
a
burning
regime, burning bodies that's a and problem. shooting civilians.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like that. Have you guys heard the conspiracy theory on the bodies?
Bodies
I
and
mean,
bodies.
okay, like you're saying it that way, but look,
Yeah,
governments.
Let's explain
let's
it.
explain.
Explain it first.
Yeah.
So, for those who don't know, there's a 4chan user, the most trustworthy source, who tracked sulfuric oxide emissions over China. Sulfuric oxide, it's a greenhouse gas, but there's a couple cases where it's emitted. In some power generation methods it's emitted, but the most notable case is in cremation.
Oh,
Burning
boy.
human bodies releases, about 100, 150 grams of sulfuric oxide, depending on mass.
How do you know this, James?
He
Look,
looked
don't
into
ask
it.
questions you don't need answers.
Research, practice, experimentation.
Yes,
The key
exactly.
points of science.
Thank you. No, so sulfuric oxide is detectable from satellites, and so we have a map of the sulfuric oxide density over the world, and notably over China. And now, if you compare the region of Shanghai, which is among the most populous cities in the world, among the most polluting cities in the world, to the region of Wuhan, Wuhan has several times more sulfuric oxide.
So, for reference, in Shanghai, it's so polluted that the sky is almost perpetually gray and smells like ass. I haven't
And
been.
Wuhan
I've just seen the pictures.
has several times more sulfuric oxide,
So,
which is concentrated, to note, not in the city center, but in a field outside of the city center. Now, here's where it gets interesting. You could say that that's from the normal cremation of the dead bodies. There's a lot more people dying in Wuhan than normal. But Chinese reports officially say, as of February 8th, roughly 800 people have died. Now, this 4chan user looked at the amount of sulfuric oxide in the air, figured out how many bodies would need to be burned to produce that much.
oh boy,
It was 13,000.
that's a lot.
But isn't that like also combining it with the just the general pollution in the air that China has?
Again, we'd like to mention that this is from 4chan. It's interesting, but 4chan, it's kind of like flipping a coin.
In addition,
In addition,
It's a very weird coin.
there's pictures that Chinese citizens have snuck out of convoys of trucks moving from inside of Wuhan in the quarantine camps to outside of Wuhan into this field. Now, do you need a convoy of trucks to move 800 bodies?
yes, James.
Maybe one convoy.
What if they're kind of fat?
What if they're
They're Chinese. They don't get food.
All right.
Ooh. Hey, that's not what the propaganda told me. What do you say?
Oh my god.
The propaganda told me North Korea was the best place to live.
Are you saying they don't drink Coronas there?
they don't
No,
crack
it's the
up in cold
Democratic
ones
People's
with
Republic,
boys?
dude.
Democratic People's Republic.
Hey,
of
I mean, like,
China.
I'm just saying, government-sponsored cremation, though. Pretty nice thing to do for your people, am I right?
Yeah, keep
Depends
them
on
warm
the
in their final
context.
moments. Because you bet they're not killing them before they cremate them.
I don't think that's called cremation anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the action of burning the body is cremation.
So now, what happened last time we had lots of burning people?
I'd like to say, we love the government of China, and none of this was insinuated against them. Thank you very much for listening. No, we're not getting a knock on our door demanding our immediate
Speak for
surrender.
yourself, Taiwan forever.
And that's the last time we're going to have this podcast aired in China. Thank you very much.
I mean,
We're aired in China.
No, we're not. We are definitely not.
Not after this.
Copyright claim by China on our YouTube terms of service.
Wait, what would they copyright for?
the name
Does
China.
it matter?
They own the word China.
They could
Tom.
quite literally copy strike us for anything. This is a thing.
I mean, that's kind of how YouTube works nowadays.
Okay, have you heard of Adam Neely?
No.
It doesn't matter if you haven't. He's a music YouTuber.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Warner Brothers copy striked him.
Oh.
Who's the
From,
catch?
for what? Making a cover?
It was probably like a
No.
similar portion of a
For
song.
making a video about a lawsuit against them.
How?
Promoting their side.
What the
without
fuck?
their music.
Was it overturned?
What
or
did
like,
he?
are
Did
they
he just
still-
like have the Warner Bros. Logo up or something?
I don't know. But they're a corporation. They can just copy strike anything.
Yeah,
And then it's up to the channel to fight it.
YouTube gay.
it's guilty until proven innocent.
Exactly.
That's,
Quite literally.
that's
And
not
if it's
good.
3 strikes,
You're out.
you're banned.
I think there's something YouTube could do about this, but
Yeah, there's been a lot of people kind of calling for change in
Big
that
change.
regard.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
like, you heard they termed it the adpocalypse at one point.
The ad pod.
yeah.
So a lot of
when-
sponsors didn't want their content to like exist with videos that were really just unwholesome.
It was PewDiePie's fault.
Yeah, kind of
No,
was, though.
yeah, like I'm pretty sure PewDiePie helped push it forward, but like
Good
in
thing he's
general,
retired and never coming back.
There's
Shut
a
up!
lot-
Don't say that.
There's a lot of videos on YouTube where if you're a wholesome, like let's say Charmin Ultra Strong family company, right? You don't want
Huh.
you don't want a video basically like jackass with a bunch of people shoving fireworks up their asses. I mean,
What?
Okay,
that's not the kind of like ass protection you want to go
Alright,
with.
Speaking of Charmin Ultra Strong Family, dude, that Super Bowl ad illustrated that every single cleaning product that most people use is owned by one company.
That was scary.
A family company.
It is a family company. Yeah.
You usually won't. Most people wouldn't think about that, but they showed all the products in one ad, and you're like, what? Oh, is this
You're like,
just
oh, brand collab.
But yeah, is it just a Marvel Universe company? No, they're all owned by the same
Okay,
company.
Cinematic
but hear me
universe.
out.
Yeah.
But hear me out. Mr. Clean, damn he thick.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Okay. I'm not into bald guys. I'm not into guys in general, but Mr. Clean, if you're real and listening, type in the comments. I'll send you my phone number.
We don't have enough viewers
If
to
you're-
even type in the comments.
If your name
Hey,
is
comment
Mr.
last
Clean,
video.
leave
Shout
a
out to our
comment.
commenter on episode 2. You know who you are.
Damn.
If your name is Mr. Clean, comment down below. If your name is not Mr. Clean, also comment so we can know whose name is Mr. Clean.
I'll send out my
who's
phone
not.
numbers regardless.
Yeah. He's desperate, don't
Oh, so apparently you can burn about 300 to 350 calories by just fidgeting. I just thought of this because
A day.
yeah, a day.
Oh.
I just
Narrator. Basile fidgets intensely.
He rocks back and forth in anxiety.
untrue.
Because all
The locks up.
his whole day is rocked back and forth by intense bouts of stress, anguish, and languish.
If you just battle.
But okay, what if you just flexed all your muscles against each other for like a solid 15 minutes and just sat there?
You'd just be ripped. You'd just be a bodybuilder.
It's the ultimate workout.
Just everything, just be
It's
flexed
the-
for
Don't forget
15
the
minutes.
ass. Don't forget the ass.
Dude, you will have the
Ben
best
punches
glutes.
visibly.
Puckers your butt.
Oh
It's
my
the butt
God.
pucker workout.
Pucker is a fun word.
Do you guys ever
Poker?
Pucker.
Poker.
Pucker.
Do you guys ever just if you've ever been in a stressful gaming situation, you
Yes.
just clench your ass?
Oh, not my ass.
Have you ever had that?
Not
No.
really.
A friend. So I've never done it myself, but a friend of mine always uses it as a term.
I think it's a term.
It's a term, but it's not like a literal thing.
Clench your butt cheeks.
I was just curious.
That's been like a coined term for prepare yourself.
I just-
prepare your anus.
Well, it's like in a nervous situation, you plunge a little bit. You stop the little bit of coming out.
Or you don't.
Oh my
Yeah, or you don't. Yeah. It's up to you if you're into
Just
that.
let it all out.
But it
And
constricts
here
blood
we
flow.
have on live radio TV show
Radio TV.
Thank God.
someone
we're not
admitting
live.
to wearing adult diapers.
Thank God we're not live, dude.
What would happen if we were live?
They'd hear everything that we cut out for
You
you.
mean no one would be watching?
That actually, that's probably right.
We all know that I'm the reason this show gets any viewers.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. It's my stupidity. It's beautiful.
No, on the clenching your butt cheeks thing. So I actually measured this. My heart rate.
boy.
Playing Destiny, Survival.
Oh no.
It was playing Destiny competitive.
Mhm.
In a 1v3 clutch, my heart rate got up to 190.
What?
the fuck?
How?
That is
Dude,
unhealthy.
I don't know. It was insane. But so I
Did
have
you win
a I did not win
You
it.
did not win it.
I got 2. But I have an Apple Watch which can monitor my heart rate, and it
Rich
can actually
boy.
let me
Wow.
know.
Rich flex.
Oh yeah, richer than both your parents combined. That's a lie. But
No job.
it can notify me when my heart rate is dangerously high. It notified me.
What's
Doesn't it
dangerously
call
high,
police if your heart
I
rate
think it's
is-
like 180 plus for a minute or something.
though? I thought you could go up to 200 and be relatively healthy as a young man.
That's, I think yes, but I
But
think also
your body
if
isn't
you're
supposed
like,
to go there, is it?
If you're not actually moving, maybe not.
yeah, there's that.
Yeah,
But
he's
also,
moving,
like-
he's moving in his mind.
If there's a lot of change in it or a sudden arrhythmia, that can actually be very dangerous.
Oh,
Doesn't
yeah.
it call the police when your heart rate enters dangerous regions?
I don't
I
think
think it's more when heart rate stops that it calls police.
I don't think it's that.
I think if you
accurate.
have a consistent heart rate of about 190 for 2 minutes, that's pretty scary.
No,
That's very livable. But it's
It's
maybe
scary. I never said it was
chill.
not livable.
I don't know if it actually calls the cops or not. I think it might
I think it's
notify
more to
you
detect a heart arrhythmia,
Yeah.
which is actually extraordinarily dangerous.
Yeah, because then every time an 80-year-old person went for a jog, which doesn't happen often, but I'm sure it happens, the cops would be right on the track.
Yeah.
So,
Apple Watch, great for 80-year-olds.
Can your heart actually reach 190 when you're 80?
Doubt
It
it.
probably explodes or something.
yeah, right before you die sometimes.
That's not the answer I wanted.
That's dark.
I just wanted to know if old people could have.
No, I don't
Grandpa
think
wanted
you
to go
can.
out fun way, doing cocaine off a hooker's back.
I was gonna think of a different fun way, but
Oh.
yeah.
Bucket list fun ways. He
Yeah.
was insinuating skydiving.
Yes.
You want to die skydiving?
Honestly, that wouldn't be a bad way.
Just don't bring a parachute.
I'd imagine it'd be painless.
I think that's like one of the more painless ways to
Did
die.
you hear? I think it was the Australian skydiver who survived falling from a plane.
Dude,
Yeah, no,
She
You
landed
can
on
survive.
a fire ant nest, and the biting kept her alive enough for medical personnel to reach her,
What do you mean the
pain
biting
of
kept-
fire
So-
ants flooded her system with adrenaline.
which kept her alive long enough.
Damn. All right, if I go skydiving, I'm just gonna have like a pack
Wait,
of fire
I
ants.
thought you'd be dead on impact.
Apparently
you
not.
If you land right, I think you can get away with like only breaking all the bones in your lower half of your body.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
fast is terminal velocity
I don't know.
for like a human surface area?
190 meters a second, I think. Something fast.
Something
Yeah,
fast.
that's
Something
that's
fast.
Something zooming.
That's about 2/3 the speed of sound, dude.
Wow.
I need to check
Okay,
this.
we'll get back
Yeah,
to you on
yeah.
that.
Fact check.
But
Speed of
I
sound-
think that
never
like
mind.
good skydivers as well
Yeah.
can like spread their body out, find the like maximum surface area.
195 kilometers an hour.
What is that in
Okay.
meters per second?
Dude.
53 meters a second.
Okay.
Dude, that was like
Yeah,
nothing
yeah,
close to
yeah,
what you
yeah,
said.
I know.
That's a
That's fine.
fourth.
Okay, 53 meters a second is fast.
Oh no, I'm not
That
saying it's
still
not
sounds a lot
fast.
more.
Like,
That sounds like a lot survivable though.
Visualize 53 meters a second.
imagine running 53 meters a second into a wall. You would
Imagine
probably not
falling
be okay.
40 times your height.
That's not good.
A second.
That's a lot of splat.
But at the same time, I think if you land on your legs, like if you
don't-
land on your head, yeah, you're fucked. But like, if you land right, I could see it.
Well, I mean, if you land on your legs get shot up into your organs.
But you land right on your legs,
Yeah, and then all the like your legs break and like they absorb like a lot of the impact.
It's your body's natural shatter.
It's
I-
like
okay,
yeah,
you
it's
know
like
what?
the
I think
crumples
at that point your legs might not just break; they might just pop out of your fucking skin.
Yeah,
That's why I don't think
They'll still absorb
you're
some
not
force,
supposed to like lock them. I think
yeah, you're supposed to
like,
bend them.
bend your knees.
You're supposed to
like,
crumple
crumple
like
on
I'm
like
going to
an
be
aluminum-
100% honest with you. I think in that situation,
You're probably
locking
just
and bending your knees won't change much.
No, it will.
It will, yeah.
You just aim for the fire.
There's a video on YouTube about how to survive a skydive, like falling from that height, and I watched it, but I don't remember any of the tips.
It's
so I
like
probably
every-
Wow, so you're gonna die regardless.
I'm gonna die regardless, but
I think it's like every little bit counts. Honestly,
probably.
Oh.
you have to every tiny bit of absorption that you can get counts, and then you hit the fire ant nest, and then you can make it.
Oh, I saw this this Navy SEAL that was talking about parachute failures, and he said if your first parachute fails, you like have your secondary, and then if your secondary fails, you just salute the world because you're about to die. You just fall while saluting.
You're about to like body check the world. That's how you should
Vibe
look at
check.
it. That's how you should look at it. You should be looking at it as like you're gonna die. You're gonna face an
Alright,
opponent.
that severely changes my plans for dying by skydiving.
Oh.
I was thinking it's instantaneous and you
No.
don't feel anything.
I mean, if you land on your head,
Yeah, land head
Oh,
first. You'll be
fair.
fine. On the topic,
You'll be fine.
Oh, sorry.
You'll be
You
fine.
won't be fine. You'll be dead, but it won't be paid. So on to the next topic, guys. If you know your human biology, you have two bones in your arms, in your forearms, right?
okay.
Radii and ulna.
I'm not sure.
Actually, that's I think correct.
That's correct.
It's
You know how one of them is meant to snap while the other one remains intact under stress.
What?
I did not know that.
No.
That's why you have. I was pretty much under the assumption that when one snaps, you still have the other, so you remain.
I'm not sure if that's correct.
It's meant to reduce the stress on the other by
I can
one of them
see that.
forcefully snapping.
Okay.
That premise was then applied to modern robotics,
As
such
all
that
good
there's a
things
frame.
are.
And then a specific metal bar on a robot that's meant to snap under stress. And then the whole point of it is, in order to avoid maintenance, the part is then remelted, like the portion where it snapped is then reheated by the robot
it's
itself.
recasted.
It's recasted.
Right on the robot?
Yeah, right there on the robot. Everything's
Oh.
built onto it. So, and liquid metal is injected into there.
robots can heal.
Exactly, like
Oh,
Terminator
God.
style.
What the fuck?
And then,
oh
like,
god.
it showed about 70%
Skynet here.
strength after initial break on a test. So it's a very newly developing but practical technology.
So,
Dude, could you fix my car?
Imagine self-repairing cars.
dude,
That'd be kind of cool.
every
All
day.
right, I'm gonna get on a 60-60 head-on collision and see how that works.
Your car just buffs itself back into shape.
Transformers.
Dude, every day the robots get closer to humanity. And closer to science fiction as well.
That's why I never agree with Boston Scientific videos and will never beat a robot with a hockey stick because I know that when our robot overlords, right? Okay, sorry, that's an old joke.
Okay, to be fair, that video was fake.
Yeah.
That was by Corridor Digital. Awesome people.
Great people. Love
Oh, that was a really. They made two, right? There was two videos.
Mhm.
One where the robot like started beating them up, and then one at the gun range where the robot.
Oh, I
started-
saw that
Yeah.
one.
Like it grabbed. They were trying to get it to do the Kingsman thing where they were trying to get to shoot the robot dog. So then the robot was like, "Nah, dude." It grabbed the
never saw
robot
the
dog
second
and
one.
ran away.
Those are really good. Corridor Digital is so good.
They are awesome people. But
It
still.
must have been fun to film. It was just them
Yeah,
beating
no.
up a dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They have like a behind the scenes on it. That's actually a really good. It's like a look at how they do VFX shots like that.
Where
It's quite good.
what companies do they work with to make their actual income? Because the YouTube thing is very much a side gig for them.
I believe they're just a VFX studio.
Yeah, of course, but I was just curious what
So-
companies hire them.
I don't know. I mean, I know that they did like a short for Lord of the Rings. For what's the production company in Lord of the Rings? I don't know.
It's a
The
big
what?
one, I'll
Doesn't
tell you
matter.
that.
What's the what?
The production company for Lord of the Rings.
I don't know.
It was one of the big ones.
I feel like you should know.
Actually, Jackson might have just done it himself. Honestly.
You need a lot of
Peter
money.
Jackson just sat down in the VFX studio and grinded it out.
Well, Peter Jackson like sat down in his office and was like, "I'm gonna pay people to do this because that's how you make movies, man. Let's be honest."
And then they made one of the most expensive trilogies in the world.
And it was
Actually, I think
incredible.
It was
I think
incredible.
The Matrix is more successful. I think The Matrix is way more successful.
Okay, but
I said one of.
the last two Matrix movies
versus
kinda
the
dog
last
shit.
two Lord of the Rings movies.
But the Matrix trilogy has made more money overall than Lord of the
But
Rings.
is it are there better movies overall? No.
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 The first Matrix movie was the best of
It
the
was a
series.
banger. It was a banger.
But it didn't have as many sex scenes, did it?
And it had the
That's what I
octopus
thought.
people.
That's what I thought.
Is that what makes it a movie good?
Ben's scale of rating a movie.
Sex scene numbers.
It's from 0 to porn.
Half a side boob.
Oh, that's is that why you're such a big fan of Starship Troopers, Ben?
Ooh.
As we said in the previous
Commentary.
commentary, it was an okay movie. I'm not a huge fan. It's pretty good. That's it. That's all I
That's
gotta
it.
say.
What's your rating from 0 to porn?
Side boob.
I think it's a bit more than side boob.
Ben's new
Maybe
rating
under
system.
boob.
No.
Is side boob
titty.
superior to
It's
Full-
a full titty.
It's a,
Just
just
so
one now.
what's the rating system? If you could come up with like 3 tiers
We're
from
not good.
porn
I'm
to
not- I'm
no,
not-
not
I'm
yet.
not
Okay.
good. And this is something for
It's a
never.
private thing.
This is something for never.
Never.
This is for never.
It's to put in the locked box under the desk.
You guys know that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
Yes, thank you, Tom.
Do you guys know how it got there?
How?
It is actually a separate entity that got absorbed by human cells. Sorry, not by human, by early cells back like billions of years ago. I'm
Wait,
pretty
so
sure.
it was back in the day. It was just cells without a mitochondria.
No,
and then
mitochondria were their own cells,
Okay.
and what happens is they got absorbed by larger cells in a symbiotic relationship, and that resulted in the modern mitochondria. That's why
Suckers.
your mitochondrial DNA comes from your mother. When they trace back your family line, they trace back your mitochondrial DNA.
Huh.
They actually have separate DNA as well.
Yeah.
in human cells.
Wait, so there's two different sets of DNA?
A lot
It's
the
more of
inside your cells
incorporated
are
in your
different
own.
cells.
Okay, so
Look, I'm not a biology expert.
it's interesting that Tom brought this up, because literally on Friday, my math professor walks into the room
what
and shouts, "How do mitochondria reproduce?"
Wait, dude, our math professors might like actually be like talking together, cause like that's what mine came into the class and said as well.
Is this a plot?
Is
Did
this-
anybody else's?
No,
No, I haven't had.
no, my math.
Who's your
professor
math teacher?
Wait, so how do they reproduce? In case I'm getting quizzed on this.
I don't know.
Is this a calculus topic?
my theory was like, So you know cells have mitosis,
No.
right? You're
Yeah.
familiar
The
with mitosis.
mitochondria goes.
Yeah.
No, I remember this. The mitochondria goes through its own version of mitosis, and then splits up into the new cell.
Does it get like unabsorbed and reabsorbed?
No, it's basically like your mitochondria splits, right? And then the new cell
Like,
takes one.
No, like when you have a new cell, like everything splits in two and they're still in the same cell, and then they just close off that little goo together.
So do other organelles undergo sort of mitosis, or is it like a new one grows?
I guess it depends if those other organelles are
Well,
themselves
I mean, some of
cells
them
or
might-
just organic structures.
Yeah, some of them might just double up and then split.
I don't know, but I don't know about gooey stuff.
Yeah, this is like life science stuff.
I can tell you what gear ratios are, how they work.
Tell us how gear ratios
How do gear
work.
ratios reproduce?
You have to
How-
count the teeth.
Oh, that's quite easy. You see, when one gear likes another gear, they start touching
They
teeth.
mesh
They
together.
start spinning really fast. There's a lot of noise and some lube required, and eventually, the gear ratio is born.
That analogy was pretty damn good.
That was good.
Wait, so that's how it
But
works for humans
sometimes-
as well?
Sometimes, the gears are just made out of different material and shouldn't be together, and one breaks the other.
What?
At that point, you gotta replace it, or you gotta take out that bad gear. I mean, it's clearly in a bad gear ratio relationship. Gear abuse is real, people.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, you just described human relationships.
Can you imagine chipping your significant gear's teeth? Can you imagine doing that?
Oh, God.
This is too fucking... Oh my god!
Is there any other things you want to lay upon us? Any other pieces of wisdom?
So when a motor and a pinion come together...
The motor goes inside the pinion with the aid of a lot of force.
Because you see, pinions, unlike other gears, gotta get squished on. And sometimes they don't want to get squished on. And that's really bad. They might go on sideways and it might hurt for everybody. It might damage the motor. Might definitely damage the pinion.
And you can't pull the pinion off again.
Okay, enough euphemisms. We're gonna say it out loud.
Sex.
God. Is this how real sex works?
But I don't ask the French.
Is this how real sex works?
France.
All right, so this is where we're gonna end it.
No, give us a quick lesson, man. How
Yeah,
does sex work? in
Isn't
France?
France supposed to be the hypersexualization?
In France, all right. So you have to. All right. This is how it works. In
Oh,
France.
you need scuba gear.
Shut up.
No spoilers.
What?
First of all, you wake up really early in the morning, right? And you go to your local bakery and pick up two fresh baguettes when they're still warm. Then you show up to your significant other's house,
Uh-oh.
and then it just happens, you know. And then stuff happens.
Do you need baguettes?
Yes. No. If you show up without a baguette, you'll be thrown out the window.
What if you have one baguette instead of two?
Well, that means you're a self-centered bitch.
So is it like one baguette per person?
Yeah, well, cause like when you're eating your baguette, you don't want to like share, cause then you get half a baguette, right?
But isn't the
can you
baguette
eat
like
a
a
whole
meat-
baguette?
What?
Can you eat a whole baguette?
Yes.
Isn't it a meter long?
Sure, yeah. It's really good though. Okay, my brother used to like after swim practice, he would like go to the bakery and get like 2 baguettes.
Did
and
you
just
guys
eat it
know-
on the way home?
That the average baguette length is almost a foot.
Oh, I thought it was a meter.
No.
What?
Right?
What?
I'm pretty sure. Oh wait, no.
Are you talking about French?
No.
baguettes or American?
Sorry. If you had 1,000 baguettes, it's approximately a mile. My bad. I got my.
How did you?
Because the
What?
average. All right.
Yeah, that's...
All right.
Wait,
My math may be-
Where is this math? And where is this data coming from?
All right, my math may be slightly wrong, but you see.
Just slightly though.
So, the average baguette is approximately 65 centimeters.
Oh,
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
not exactly.
All right.
So
So
like-
1,000 meters.
Where do you get that from?
Oh wait, miles. Fuck.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
hang on,
what-
that's 2
Inverse.
feet.
It's the inverse. Damn it.
What?
Yeah, it's Wikipedia. Wikipedia says 65 centimeters. You're right.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're
That's
around.
shorter than I thought baguettes were.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
closer to like
So
90 centimeters.
I'm sure you can get a 90 centimeter.
What's like a
baguette.
respectable baguette length?
yeah.
Is baguette
Well,
length
apparently
important?
65
No,
centimeters.
honestly, it's like more the texture and the
Oh.
taste. Or not really the taste, because like there's not really a taste.
It's just
What?
like-
Wait, I've never had a baguette. What do you mean there's no taste?
Never had
bread.
a baguette?
It's like
Bread.
bread.
Bread has taste.
Every
Dude,
piece
fresh bread?
bread
is
has
superior
taste.
Yeah, bread has taste, dude.
Okay, it does, but it doesn't.
What do you mean it
What
doesn't?
are you talking
If your
about?
bread doesn't have flavor, then that's just like heavily
No.
processed bread.
The texture of the bread is more important than
There you go. That's what I mean.
It overwhelms.
But
the
there's
flavor.
also bread flavor, like.
Sure,
Okay,
but
I
that's
think
not
you're
right.
wrong. I think you're wrong.
There is bread flavor, but there's like 3 flavors: good, bad, and sourdough.
Alright, fair.
That's,
Okay, but
that's,
like.
that's a good description of it.
Alright, well, I think bread and water have flavor. I said it.
Water has.
Okay,
no,
water has 2 flavors: good and California.
No, water's flavor.
I think you mispronounced calciate.
The flavor of water is dependent on its temperature, so like it changes as it gets
No,
warmer.
that's the texture of water.
Haven't you
Water
heard
doesn't have
no,
texture.
people say like water's triangly. I've heard someone
No,
say that,
cold
and I
water-
was like confused.
Cold
Yeah,
water's
I-
pointy, dude.
I love
Water
I,
is pointy.
I love describing flavors and sensations by shapes and geometrical patterns.
Yeah, warm
Dude.
water is round or spherical.
Oh my god, my
Thank
warm
you.
water.
Cold water is clearer.
No,
Tastes
cold
clear.
water is pokey.
No, it
Ouchie.
tastes like little clear glass pieces, you know?
Yeah, it tastes
But
like
warm
drinking
water?
glass.
Warm water is like, it's closer to blue.
Guys, oh my god. No, guys, my
No, the color
water
blue
tasted
is-
like a sine wave today. It was amazing.
God, I love it when when my bread tastes like a triple integral.
Oh my god.
Ah, warm, steamy, fresh orange. My favorite flavor.
Wait, so what's Coca-Cola? What's the geometric shape for Coca-Cola?
Shit.
Bad. Not good.
Emoji.
I feel you know, like a Torx bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're right.
It's Torx security though.
Torque
With the like
Yeah, it has a
peg in the
little
middle.
dot in the
nipple,
middle, yeah.
little nipple in the middle.
Nipple.
Yeah. Cause like, but it's like prisms of Torx security. It's like in most directions, it's like pointy,
Mhm.
but sometimes it just hits perfectly.
So what's a trapezoid?
What?
Could you put the
Trapezoid's
shape
a-
of a trapezoid to
Probably
taste?
wood.
Wood?
That's kind of accurate though.
Sure. You know, what? Wood does taste like a trapezoid.
Yeah, I don't. For you guys who can't see, Ben has just licked the desk to determine this.
Oh, absolutely did not.
My god.
That's varnish.
See why fact checkers say this is wrong.
Is that the thing on Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is. Oh, Instagram's been doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's kind
they'll
of.
tell you if it's right or wrong.
They're trying to
Dude,
fight
I'm
fake
sick and
news.
tired of seeing my ironic Onion post have that statement. Like, yes, I know it's fake. You don't have to tell me. I know that Joe Biden didn't actually eat a whole child. Like, come on. Okay, well, maybe he did, but that's
Maybe
irrelevant.
Ted
Yeah, I don't
Cruz
know
did.
that he did. So.
Ted Cruz, my son.
Call back.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, I mean, it makes sense. There's a lot of unintelligent, uneducated human beings out there. Not unintelligent, more like selectively intelligent. They just often
That's
choose
true.
to be, you know,
But it's selectively intelligent with a good connotation.
yeah, they're just being themselves, you know?
Exactly. And to be fair, there is a lot of very deceptive fake news out there.
Yeah.
But I think that we are kind of in a position where we're A, able to differentiate, and B, not exposed to as much of it.
That's called
Because we're not
arrogance.
targeted by it.
That's
True.
true. Yeah, college students. Actually, maybe college students.
Who targets the Democrats? They like us. They like us. They love us.
Well, they don't love you. You can't vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't vote either. Hey, they only
They
love
love
you,
me,
James.
Dude, a
Actually, I
quarter
still
of
get
this
all
room
the
can vote.
Democrat ads because they don't know I can't vote.
Yeah, they don't know that.
Because I put my birthday as like 19.
Yeah, they just know that you're nice. Yeah, they just know they have a nice, supple 19-year-old butt and they're coming for it.
No, see, they think I'm 40 years old because I said my birthday is 1980. So.
Yeah, dude, I've been 18 since like 2009.
You guys used to sign on to Steam and be like 200 years old.
I
right?
remember
Yeah, of
Steam. It's
course.
like any
Of course.
website. It's like, yeah, I was born in 1808.
Steam.
I remember the fucking
Peasant
Black
stuff.
Plague.
What?
What?
Yeah, I know the Black Plague was earlier. It's like 1350s.
Yeah,
Thank
okay.
you for correcting me.
I didn't.
Yeah, dude, I was alive during the.
You know what?
Corona
I'd
plague.
argue I'm better at history than
Me?
all of you. I'd say it.
History?
I'll say
Okay,
it.
that's
I'll
a
say
good.
Oh
argument.
yeah? Who here correctly cited about the Grecians fighting the Persians?
Oh boy.
God.
Yeah, Tom. That's only like a big deal in Tom.
Phoenician or plebeian, you decide.
I'd rather be a plebeian.
Plebeian.
Where does
My
the-
statement stands.
Your statement stands, okay.
Well, I'm not gonna challenge that here. Mayhaps another time.
Defenestration of Prague. Defenestration is such a cool word.
What's defenestration?
English
That Baz
word-
talked about it earlier.
The
What?
English word for literally throwing out of a window. Defenestration.
Dude.
Why would we need it? I don't know. Is it bad that we have it? Absolutely not. Sometimes you gotta go defenestrate something.
Someone.
Yeah, anything.
If they only brought one baguette.
Yeah, that's prime
Exactly,
defenestration
yeah.
material.
That's when you defenestrate them.
So remember, if you're ever having intercourse with a French person and they try to throw you out the window, you're being defenestrated.
I mean, I think that applies for any nationality. not
Okay, well,
just
no, in
French.
America, we actually, one person brings a baguette each.
Oh, right. It's like a
It's-
potluck.
It's more fair that
Yeah,
way.
yeah. In
All
France,
about
nothing is fair.
Nothing is fair. Everything is not forgiven.
You guys
Racist
definitely.
against French.
All right.
I feel like that's kind of towing the line on that one.
What?
Can you say what he said, but in like a good French accent?
I don't even know what he said. Alright, he said, oh.
Okay, so it wasn't that racist.
Do French people actually laugh like that?
No.
Are
I
you,
mean,
are
actually.
you serious?
I
My
want-
whole worldview just got turned upside down.
Wait,
I'd never
isn't your
guessed.
dad French?
No, he just speaks French.
Okay.
Yeah, to be fair, you can speak French and be from like.
He,
many
he lived
countries.
in France for a tiny bit.
There is a place called French Morocco, in case anybody didn't know.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
just called Morocco. No,
What's that accent, Ben?
I don't know.
it's probably offensive.
probably. I mean,
Absolutely.
technically, anything could be offensive to someone.
Okay, while that's true, there are some things that are more offensive to larger groups of people.
I think it's still the same level of offensive. It's just a larger amount of people.
No, I think there's some things that are more offensive.
I don't
I'm
know.
not going to name them because they're more offensive.
I think we should have a system where it's like either offensive or not offensive.
That's too black and white.
Exactly.
Well, that's kind of offensive, man.
Oh my god, here we go. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
That's
also
oh
offensive.
man, that's a bit controversial. I don't know if you can say those words.
Oh,
hang on.
Yeah. All right there, Ben.
Ben's just racist.
See, the fact that you said that is racist, Tom.
Okay,
Yeah,
how
what's
about,
that
how,
question?
how about
I don't
this?
think
How
any of
about,
us can win here.
How about...
I'm French.
Perfectly acceptable.
Oh, okay.
Perfectly acceptable.
You heard it here first. That's not offensive to French people.
Well, to one French person.
No, he represents all of France.
He speaks for all of France.
Isn't that called
And
So
stereotyping?
he represents all.
That's
of
called
France.
stereotyping.
That's offensive, Tom. You're disagreeing with my opinion.
He is more ethnic
not
than you,
only
and therefore
not only all
more
of
entitled.
France, but all of countries that speak French. So all of Canada, even if
Belgium,
not all of
Belgium.
Canada.
What about
Okay, sure.
wait? What about
Belgium
French
as well.
Vietnam?
Belgium.
Sure.
French Vietnam.
That's
Didn't
not really
France occupied
At
Vietnam
one
for a time?
point,
For
there
at one
was
point,
a
yeah.
French Vietnam.
Yeah, but there's not anymore.
Directly
Yeah.
before Vietnam, there was a French Vietnam.
Oh god.
So you mean directly after Vietnam?
No, before.
So we can
After-
blame. So we
from my perspective.
wait. So can we blame the
I
Vietnam?
don't think there was ever a real Vietnam.
So can you blame
Oh,
the
God.
Vietnam War on the French?
Yes.
Pretty much. Their colonization, and once they left the region, left it extremely destabilized. So Russia was like, "Oh, look at this! Why are they speaking in a French accent? Look at this! I have communism. It is great. You should try it." And then the
That's-
Vietnamese were
Alright.
like,
The
Yeah.
colonial oppression of the French directly led to Ho Chi Minh.
And-
which is like-
Alternative view. The French were actually secretly communist, and they did it so that Vietnam could be communist.
"The French are not communist." There's a very long history of the French doing anything but communism.
I don't know. French
so-
Revolution sounds kind of communist to me now.
Yeah,
Overthrowing,
people's
overthrowing the establishment, dude.
Yeah.
the word bourgeoisie.
Yeah, they
came
went.
from the
Oh wait, they went from monarchy directly to supreme being. That went well.
I mean, that's basically communist.
For reference, the
Well-
guy who was titled Supreme Being tried to commit suicide and failed at committing suicide. So
Speaking of supreme being, what if Kim Jong Un got the coronavirus?
Dude, what if Xi Jinping has the coronavirus?
Wait, I heard he was sick. Doesn't he have?
He's been retreating from public view.
He's dying.
I mean, I see two explanations. Either he's a perfectly sensible person who wants to limit his contact with others, and he's following the model set by Mao Zedong, and whatever his name was, who, when they were managing the great issues of their times, or he has coronavirus. So one of them.
Technically, disease transfer is a great way to assassinate someone.
You want to start?
US
You're
government.
gonna start catapulting dead bodies over walls like they did back in the medieval ages.
Trebucheting?
Trebucheting.
Oh, I'm so
Trebucheting.
Guys, everyone, I have an idea. Okay, everyone defecate in this giant tarp. Why? You'll see tomorrow.
That's not the worst idea.
Who repainted the wall?
No, imagine launching 300 kilograms of shit.
At your enemy.
It would like flake off mid-flight.
It's in a tarp though, isn't it?
No, and what if it was like a very bad batch of like stew? It would just flake off and kind of like globule off and be like.
Oh god, dude.
No.
Sound effects unnecessary.
I don't want to think about this.
Trevi shit, ladies and gentlemen.
Trevi shit. Patented. I'm just
I don't think anyone's gonna build that.
You want to trademark that first.
Trademarked IP, whatever. Stay off my Trevi shit. Trevi shit.
God.
Okay. Well, it's been fun, folks. You steal my Trevi shit. I will Trevi shit on you. Have a great rest of your existence. We'll be here. If you like the content, please continue to follow us, subscribe, hit that like button. All the regular stuff that we have to say and are obligated to say because there's no one holding a gun to the back of my head. Thank you very much. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm cutting comms out.